what is leadership? I mean, leadership to me is not so much a position as it is a decision, a choice to look over your people and not down on them. The traditional business model of a vertical looking pyramid with the boss on top looking down over the subordinates doesn't serve me. I don't agree with. I feel like that is a model that makes people feel inferior to those who are above them. Instead, I believe in a horizontal model where the leader is out front, carving the way for their people, taking point, taking the risks, leading by example. They're the ones that make their people feel safe because they are putting themselves out there for them. And when you make your people feel safe, well, then they feel more innovative. They feel willing to take risks, look outside the box, and make whatever it is you're doing, whether it's a team event, your business, a tattoo shop, take it to the next level, make it more dynamic. And there's some key elements to becoming a good leader that I want to share with you in this video today. Okay, let's talk about how these leadership concepts could be tied in to a tattoo. So the first step to a tattoo is the outline. This is the perimeter. This is where we encapsulate all the shading and coloring. So that way the edges aren't blurry. And this correlates to having a good culture within your studio, your business, or your team. This is where you define what you're okay with and what you're not. This is where you lay down your protocols, your practices, your ethics, your code of conduct. This is also going to be your compass. You know, personally, my first experience of getting a tattoo, like my very, very first one, when I was 15 years old, was in my buddy's bedroom. And dude was using a homemade tattoo machine with a sharpened guitar string and was like, used a lighter to sterilize it in between the tattoos of me and my friends. I mean, I got so lucky I didn't get anything more than that mild infection. So I know personally that I would never want to have that in my studio. That's my ethical choice. That's my compass. And if anything is contrary to that true north, well, then I change my course. So first step to being a good leader is establishing that great culture in your studio. After your outline, you're gonna, well, shade or color your tattoo. Now the shading and coloring is cool, but if, as an artist, we know if we put tones that are too close to each other on a color wheel, they don't really pop. Or if we put too many shades of a similar value next to each other, they don't really stand up or make it look 3D or give it more depth. But when we take contrasting colors or contrasting values that complement each other, well, then it gives it a more dynamic image. And how this pertains to your studio or your business is to not hire people because they're different, or to not hire people because they're different, but to choose people that complement each other, but are contrasting. It does not matter what somebody looks like, or is from, or their preferences, but who they are as a person, how they connect with on your team. And when you have that contrast that complements each other, well, then you have more internal fusion, more constructive criticism, more growth. And that's what's going to create a more dynamic company and tattoo studio. Now, what separates a good tattoo from a great tattoo? It's time. It's the time you spent to ensure that the tattoo fits and flows the physiology well. It's the time you spent on those extra textures and highlights to make it more realistic, or that additional time you spent on that color palette to really make it great. And what's going to separate your studio, your business, from the rest and make it great is going to be that extra time you put into it. Now, what I mean by that is the extra time that you put into every aspect, like truly being intentional with your time. We have a finite amount of that. We have so much time throughout the day, and we have to learn to budget it well. We have to learn to manage it optimally. And when we have people that we're leading, we need to give them quality time. When we have budgets to manage, we need to focus our time on that. It's so important as a leader to learn how to manage your time appropriately. Making sure that you budget yourself so you're not overextending. Having too many aspects to focus on a day, you'll never get anything done. So it's so important that you learn how to manage your time appropriately. Start off by managing every single hour of your day if that's what works for you. I'm gonna put a book in the description below called Time Management. And this book is amazing, will help you learn how to manage your time to get the most out of your day. And when it comes to spending time with your people, which is so important, which makes them feel safe, makes them feel like you truly care about them, you make sure that it's dedicated and focused time. I'm telling you something you don't already know. We are human beings and we're interdependent. We're social creatures. We yearn validation and acceptance. And telling somebody they're doing a great via Instagram DM or an email is not going to go half as far as actually going to that person and making eye contact, shaking their hand, giving them a hug, actually telling them with dedicated, focused time that you appreciate them. That'll take your relationship with your people farther than you ever would believe. And then finally, once the tattoo's done, we put a bandage on it and we perform the aftercare procedures. So that way, we give our body the ability to heal from the inside out. And to become a great leader, you can't just be telling people what to do, you have to lead from the inside out. You have to lead yourself as well. You have to be accountable for the things that you say. I said lead by example. That means be the example. You're the one that has to face your own hurdles and give yourself that constructive criticism. Accept that constructive criticism. When you're out front leading your people, well, you need your people. Because if you're out there by yourself, who are you leading? A leader is nothing without those they lead. And those they lead also lead them. Have you heard the term servant leadership? That's where a leader steps out to ensure that those that they are taking care of, that they care for them, that they're putting them first, that they're making sure that the things that they're doing are benefiting everyone involved and not just themselves. And it is those that they lead can give them the things they need, the nourishment, the insight, the criticisms, the trajectory changes to help themselves and everyone involved reach their next level. And that's scary. That's uncomfortable. No one wants to be told that they need to change. No one wants to be told that you're going to have to be in an uncomfortable situation. That, well, may make you feel stupid. But when you face your fear and you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, then you can finally have some true inner growth. And when you lead yourself and push yourself towards the things that scare you and use that as your compass as well, when you fear something, you head towards it, you become stronger. You're able to take more fear. And when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations and learn to become comfortable there, well, then you too now have the ability to take on more discomfort. And when your people bring you their fear and their discomfort, because they will, there's going to be those situations. You're not only going to not run away from it, you're going to embrace it. You're going to show them how to be. And your people won't just then look up to you and appreciate you, they will emulate you. They want to be just like you or the better version of themselves. So what is a leader? A true leader is somebody who puts their people in front of them because they know they are nothing without their people. And they push themselves every day, making sure that everything they do aligns with their culture, aligns with their diverse mentality, with the people they surround themselves and the self-diversity within. And they, on a daily basis, chase the things that scare them and put themselves in uncomfortable situations and drop the things that don't serve them. That leader will reach their next level of greatness and they will help everyone else around them. So what is a true leader? Somebody who isn't just going after their greatest version of themselves, but helping raise up everybody around them. Because a real leader knows they are nothing without their people. So I'm going to challenge you. I want you to break out your phone and I want you to record yourself. I want you to record yourself talking about what it is that you want to achieve and what you're going to do on a daily basis to get there. And then I want you to actually do it. I want you to write it down, put it in your phone, put whatever it is, tattoo it on your arm, whatever you got to do to remember that on a daily basis. And spend every day reaching towards that goal. And at the end of this year, I want you to watch that video and I want you to share it with me. Because I guarantee you, you'll have gotten closer to your greater version of yourself and a better leader.